please tell us a little about, oh, both of you, tell us about what you do.
I am an actor. I act.
For those of us who don't know what you do, you know.
Then why are they?
Great question.
I'm Amber Benson, Benson's publicist. So I'm.
Wait, I thought I was your publicist this time. We gotta get our story straight.
Okay, so go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm an actor, known for Futurama and Mad TV. There we go, how's that?
That was lovely.
Thank you.
That was lovely.
And Amber?
I'm also an entertainer, or an actor, a person. I was on a TV show called Buffy the Vampire Slayer many moons ago, and I write books now. Thank you. Impressive, yeah.
And she directs films.
And she directs,
And
yeah.
I direct films, and I think you and I we do lots of different things because that's what you have to do.
Yes. In the new media landscape that lays out before us.
Let me just get straight to questions before I fanboy over both of them.
ZachPodtrash.com. A lot of people.
Is that your name?
My name is Zach. The website that I have my podcast on is podtrash.com.
So Zach, podtrash.com.
I'm talking fast due to time constraints. They say we got to be out here at 11. You've worked with Quentin Tarantino before. He's gotten a lot of shit for using certain words that I'm unfortunately not allowed to say.
You are not.
Correct.
You are not.
Do you feel that he is racist for doing that and using those words and stuff,
No.
that life and stuff like that?
No.
So you disagree with Spike Lee and stuff like that? You think that he's not, that a white person who uses those in the script is not inherently being racist?
This is early morning stuff.
This is an early morning conversation. I like it. All right.
A word does not encapsulate a person. A word does not make a person a racist or not. If you never say the N-word and yet you kick black people every time you see them, does that make you not a racist? No. So if you use the N-word and then treat everybody equally, does that make you a racist? So it's a syllogism.
Next.
Great shirt.
Nelson Toledo, CCSU. What's your guys' favorite roles that you've played?
My favorite role that she's played?
No, both of you individually, your favorite roles.
Oh yes, but then you take that.
Aw, thanks. I'm a big fan of the stuff you did on Mad TV.
No.
I know. It's more fun that way. Remember, I've got gold bullion in there. It's heavy.
That'll be nice.
Yeah. Oh God. I mean, Buffy was kind of a unique situation. You're not just reading lines, you're actually working on something that has depth and thoughtfulness, and kind of changed the landscape of television a little bit, especially with the LGBTQ stuff that my character and Allison Hannigan were able to sort of like do, and I think we were sort of forerunners on that front. So that's my answer, and I'm sticking to it. Your turn.
All right, my turn. Actually, it's funny. I haven't had any roles that have changed people's lives in that way. But I have been lucky enough to work on a number of projects with really intelligent, amazing creators. And those are my favorites. It's not so much a single role as it is, being able to be part of, something like an animated show like Samurai Jack, which I consider a work of art. I had like 4 lines an episode. I'm not going to take credit for it, but that was great. I loved, getting to play John Stewart on Justice League because I got to be on trial for murder, be involved in, a love triangle.
Galactic murder,
Exactly, a love triangle that, tied into invasion of Earth. Where else are you going to get to do that? So I don't know if I could do all of my those really good ones. I've also done some really crap ones, which are not among my favorites.
It's a better question, isn't it?
Yes.
Which is the worst?
Which line on your resume would you erase? Pound puppies.
Oh my God! Pound puppies. We had those.
More questions?
Hi, Anthony Schroeder from IamSync.com.
I've not memorized all these people's names.
No.
People keep
Hopping up, I'm sorry.
Yes.com. Are you guys related?
Out of your roles, what were, maybe not necessarily your favorite, but what do you think were your best roles? For you?
So it's a variation on a theme.
Yeah.
Not Pound
Although I did a wonderful Barack Obama on Pound Puppies. So it's some of my best work. Just
That
not
is amazing! It makes me like Pound Puppies more.
it's some very
like our
incisive
president
political
a lot.
satire. On
I
that
like our
show.
president a lot, so I voted for him.
No, I'm sure he would vote for you if you were.
Are you gonna go hide and have a cigarette in the back?
I am. Amazing grace.
That was way more
What's your
fun.
best role?
My best role? Oh
Chance to
gosh.
plug something that people don't know.
I did a film called King of the Hill that Steven Soderbergh directed. It was the first thing I ever did. Beautiful, beautiful film that nobody saw. Yeah, I played an epileptic girl in the 1930s Depression era. It was really, really fun. Yeah.
Oh, that sounds incredibly hard.
It was amazing. Like it was hard, but it was fun.
Oh, that's amazing.
He's amazing.
What's King of the Hill?
King of the Hill, yeah.
It's like Soderbergh makes movies like when no one's looking. It's like, wait, when did you make that?
He's so good.
Good question. Right
Wait,
there.
no, what's your favorite?
Oh, my best favorite?
I mean, yeah, your best favorite.
I apologize.
I leave that to history. No man can write his own epitaph.
Not Static Shock or anything like that. Or, I mean, I love Static Shock. I
We should go around and all name our favorite.
We should, but not today.
Come to Q&A, that's what we'll do.
Right there.
Troy Ackland, BW Media Spotlight.
Why do you have to say that?
I don't know. I'm following them. I've been following them since last year.
I figured they vetted you.
I don't make the rules. I just
Because I can't understand what you're saying. I don't know where it is on the internet.
Like Nazis, we are following orders.
All right, cool.
I know. I just.
Okay, if they don't say, somebody got to write it down. Okay, here's something.com. Go.
I was wondering, how do you keep voices separate? Like, for example, when Jon Stewart guest starred on Static Shock, how did you keep John and Static so different that you wouldn't even know they were done by the same person?
Luck. No, they're two different characters. And there was actually a concern on that episode because the register, it was mostly a concern with Static because that it's much higher in my register and farther from my natural speaking voice, and it was 9 in the morning. Which is, the high voices get harder then. So we actually did record them. I recorded them once doing both voices together, and then we went back and re-recorded the Static lines by themselves to make sure, because sometimes if you're doing a voice that's higher in pitch, it can start to slide down, especially if you're switching back and forth between high and low. So yeah, we recorded them separately. Magic!
next. You right there.
Why are you overlooking the girl? You just like the high school teacher. He hasn't got the question. Girls don't have math. No, I don't understand. I got her.
I got her once. No, he hasn't said anything all day, so.
Okay.
Calvin Williams from Full Coverage Writers. I actually have several questions for Phil and Amber. So first,
Because I'm a boy.
You're the better looking one.
Sexism is so ingrained in our
It's just looks.
society.
It's just looks.
Saving the best for last.
So good.
I noticed that out of all your impressions, your Chris Rock got you pretty far in your career. Can you tell me about that a little bit? Between like Ozzy Drix.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yes. Chris Rock is definitely the impression that has got me the most work in total. I think because he works the most of anyone I do impressions of. I suppose I should be doing, like I should work on my Channing Tatum. Yeah, try to do
That's
that.
a visual.
Well, which makes you wonder why they end up hiring, like movie star guys like that to, it's like Brad Pitt is doing the voice in Treasure Island.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody ever hired Brad Pitt for his voice. Ever. It's like, ladies, come and listen to Brad Pitt. No, thanks. We're done. Yes, well, apparently there's much less call for my Sidney Poitier. But no, that's what it is.
And for Amber, you are a published author. Can you tell us a little bit about your some of the novels you put together?
Yeah, it's nice because you do it in your PJs. You don't have to get dressed, put on makeup, or do any song and dances. You just kind of sit at your computer. I have two series. I have a series that I did for Penguin, the Death's Daughter series, which is very light and fluffy and fun. It's about a girl whose dad is death. Death is run like a corporation. He's the president and CEO. He gets kidnapped just to come run the business. It's very silly and fun, yes.
Death and kidnapping. That's
Yeah. Oh, it's pretty ridiculous, the whole thing, but in a fun, lighthearted way. A lot of mythological characters involved, and yeah. And then I have another series called The Witches of Echo Park that I actually am in the process of writing. The second book comes out in January. It's called The Last Dreamkeeper, and it's sort of a more serious book about witches and relationships that women have with each other. Like, I wanted to write about that. I felt it was really important. My friends, my ladies, like, they're there for me and support me, and those relationships last, regardless of who you're with or what's happening in your life. They're always your go-to, and I feel like that's not very explored, in popular culture. That we have the Bechdel test, sort of apropos to that, sometimes it's nice to have 5 women in a room talking about things that aren't, how they're doing in their relationships.
Never sell.
I know. It's not sold as well as the light and fluffy stuff. I can't imagine why.
Need more dudes.
Needs more dudes. Needs more. This is a PG crowd, isn't it? Darn it.
No.
Not at all.
It's all.com, man.
That's true. That's the internet. The internet likes penis.
Yes, 50% penis.
Maybe more. Sometimes they lie.
Do you have a question?
14-year-old girl from Alhambra.
Question right there.
She's secretly a man.
That's why he wasn't calling her.
I'm dancing most balls on Instagram, and what is your dream role?
Dream role?
Dream role.
Retired. Terrible.
That's such a hard one. That's such a hard question to answer. Because if I had an idea for a part, then I should be writing it.
Yeah,
And
that's true.
otherwise, if I see something, like Denzel Washington in Glory, I'm like, oh, I want to do that, but he's already done it. That's not so much a dream as a rerun. I don't have
Is there a
one.
historical figure you want to play? You want to be Joan of Arc?
You know what?
Is there anything you want to rerun?
No, you know what's funny? Screw reboots. It's like buy a DVD and watch it again. Why you gotta make it again with Andrew Garfield?
I know.
Whatever.
Not even. That was another one.
Oh, that was ridiculous. I was like, okay,
We
wait. I can't find my DVD of Spider-Man. Let's commission a whole new series. Anyway.
So, historical.
Well, you know what's funny? There's a friend of mine who has this idea about Frederick Douglass.
I knew you were going to say that.
Of course, because I grew my hair out.
I just heard a great speech of his.
About
Yeah.
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah, he's an incredible orator. And
Yeah, but of course that presumes there's a great script, because the part is only one little piece of it.
yeah.
So it's like, I want to play. I'm sure people say that all the time. It's like, I want to play this, and then you get in the movie, and it's like, that wasn't that great.
It's it's all about the group that comes together to make something. And so often you read something, you're like, this is going to be amazing, and then it's not.
Yeah. Well, although
or the opposite.
Yes. Although the thing that people forget is that it takes just as much effort to make a bad movie as a good one.
Yeah.
It's not like the bad movie is like, well, we spent half as much time.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, yeah, the camera ran so much faster on this crappy
We have
movie.
that, yeah.
You know. Anyway, sorry, I'm rambling.
No.
Not at all, not at all. And you, Amber?
Oh, when I was younger, I always wanted to be Joan of Arc, but I'm too old for that now. My time is over to be a preteen.
Yeah, hey, a lot of CG.
That's right. They can CG these breasts right off.
There's an app for that.
Right there. Yeah. Bruce, yeah.
Ken Morrison, thatmovienerd.com. My question's for Mr. LaMarr. Futurama, is there any word of it coming back because it was canceled from Comedy Central? Do they want to bring it back on a different network, or have you heard anything?
What do you know?
Your questions are so far above my pay grade. Well, I was lunching with Rupert Murdoch the other day, and we were talking about the secession at Fox, and I said, Rupert, what are we going to do with this Futurama asset? And he said, none of your business. So, no, I have no idea.
You in the far back, 91. Guy.
Ulysses Lopez from Contemplate NYC. Which do you prefer more, comedy or voice acting?
Who's that question for?
This guy.
Phil LaMarr? All right.
I don't do comedy.
Is that true? Is it?
Well, I love it, but I'm a pretty girl. We don't do comedy. We're not funny.
Who said that the other day? Oh, Eisner. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was at my other lunch. Michael, can we have some more scotch? Michael, women can be funny. No, actually, you know where that comes from? There is a biological reason for that. That men think women are funny. Because you cannot laugh and maintain an erection at the same time.
That's probably.
No, it is true. And that's what, like, powerful men they don't want to give that up for anything.
The laughter or the erection?
The erection. They would much rather go through their lives not laughing
So they
and just hiring hot
They can
chicks.
just stay erect constantly.
Yes, so they will. Well, Elizabeth Garling, she's great. How about Amber Heard? Can we get her in the same role? Spy 2 should be Amber Heard. Because you know what, the laughing is okay, but man, that Amber Heard, she does something for me. And I'm a billionaire.
So power is Viagra, is that what you're saying?
Yes, exactly. I do comedy and voice acting, sometimes at the same time. So, yes, I don't choose.
In the back, yellow shirt. Yeah, you. Yeah.
Mary Thornton, Connecticut.
Sing out, Louise!
Mary Thornton, Connecticut Post, nada.com. Question for Amber.
Do you have any paper on you?
Question for Amber. How did being an actor inform the way that you go about directing? Did you find that it makes a difference compared to other directors like you know?
Yeah, I actually, I like them. I like actors, because I own one. No, I think definitely once you've been, I think anybody who does anything in the creative world needs to know all the different jobs and have experience being, they need to have experience being a PA at 4 in the morning and having the Yugoslavian DP yell at them because the coffee's not ready. That happened to me, and it definitely made a big difference in how I look at craft service. But I think, if you've done other jobs, then you have empathy for the job that other person is doing, and there's a healthy respect for the other jobs that are done on the set, because it does take a village to make a film. You're not, it's not just Channing Tatum, right? Or Brad Pitt or Phil LaMarr.
Right.
I'll put you in with those guys.
Thank you. I can hang some lights. And be pretty.
It's true. Not funny though. Not funny.
Can be funny.
I want to keep my erection.
We all do.
But I think, as an actor, I've been on the other side where, you worry about well, what am I wearing? What do I look like? How am I being perceived? Or am I doing a good job? And I know those questions are in every actor's mind when I step on a set as a director, and I am there to allay those fears and to make them feel good about what they're doing, to make them feel like they're part of the team, to bring them into the fold and to do this as a village. We are making this together. It is just as much their film as my film, and I want them to feel safe and protected. So that's what I do as a director, hopefully, is make them feel safe.
Going off of that, I had a question. Being a triple threat, a writer, actor, and director.
And dancer. I'm kidding.
Or advice, we love.
Well, I know the main thing in terms of voice acting.
Am I going to lose my erection?
Yes, this is such a softener. It's called voice acting, but it's a misnomer because the acting comes before the voice, and a lot of people don't realize that. Like, well, I talk. Why shouldn't I get paid for it? It's harder than it looks. A buddy of mine, whenever anybody says, I want to get into voice acting, he says, all right, go home and read out loud for an hour for 2 weeks and then come back. He said, no one's ever come back. Because it's hard. Reading without sounding like you're reading is hard. And to me, though, it's the same skill set as any kind of acting.
Yeah.
It's storytelling. You know, it's taking a story that someone has put forth and using your skills to bring it to life. You just have to be able to read and speak audibly.
I knew there was something why I was doing voice acting.
Exactly. She can only write. She can't actually read.
I am sort of catalog.
So weird. Is that it?
I can't read it. I can write it, but I can't read it.
And my friend Dee Bradley Baker has a website that is a wonderful starting point for anybody who's interested in acting or voice acting called iwanttobeavoiceactor.com. That is a great resource, and it actually, for people interested in getting into any sort of creative thing, it asks the questions that you need to ask yourself, you know, other than, can I live on soup for 8 months? It's the other questions.
And Robin.
I think, you know, we're really lucky. We live sort of, we live in the Wild West as far as like entertainment. We have the internet, and that did not exist when I got into the business. In every aspect of, like I said, across the board, whether it's writing, making stuff, you know, dancing. Thank you for that. That was not good in you. I appreciate it. I'll pay you later.
Checks in the mail.
Checks in the mail. But you can do it yourself. You can just put your stuff out there. And I think that is really important. Don't wait for somebody to give you an opportunity. Create your own opportunities. You don't have to live in Los Angeles or New York to be in the entertainment industry or to write a book or to, you know, create a play. You can do it anywhere, and you can put it on the internet. You can create stuff that you put on locally. You know, the ball is in your court now in a way that it never was before. So just go do stuff. Just stop saying that I'm a person who's going to do something, and just go do it. It's really simple. Just put yourself out there and just create the things that you want to see in the world. Everyone has a voice. Everyone has a story that they can tell. You know, do it. Nike.
Thank you so much for
I
coming.
should get shoes. I need some shoes. Mama needs some shoes.
Mama needs some shoes. I'm sorry, that's all the time we have now for questions. We have to close the room soon. But thank you so much for coming.
Thank you guys.
Okay.